Welcome to Myrsol 4.0. This is going to be a short video just to give you an idea what items are in the new version. First off, I'd like to tell you that the new version's admin section is mobile and tablet friendly. That's the reason we have had to move the navigation over to the left-hand side versus before when it was at the top. Okay. The other thing I'd like to tell you is we've actually spent a lot of time making sure that the labeling and the naming conventions are very standard and easier to understand based on input from the agents. So let's go over a few items that have changed. First off, your leads section. What was contacts is now considered leads. You have all leads, leads with accounts, leads without accounts. So in other words, all leads would include both of these. The difference is simple. A lead without an account is a lead that just fills out the inquiry form, the contact form. A lead with an account would be someone who is registered on your site. That's the only two differences. Alrighty, next you have something else we've done. Let me click on all here. You'll see that we have actually put a lot more information on the summary page for leads. So you can see a lot of information here for everyone. And you'll see that this right here will denote if that lead has an account, if they are subscribed or unsubscribed to say searches, favorites, and property spy. You'll see how many times that lead's inquired. Before, this section here would actually show multiple leads of the same name because every time they inquired. Now this section simply says one lead and it moves them up top every time they re-inquire. It also shows their social data. So in other words, this shows inquiries. It's going to show multiple. On the log here on the right hand side, you're going to see all the dates and when they inquired and put something in. So if a lead inquires 3 or 4 times or fills out the contact more than one time, it'll just log it here on the right hand side instead. Also, you'll see the social insight data here that we've added. That's new, and you can refresh that if need be. It does take credits because it is something we have to pay for, but it will pull as much data in as it can. You'll also see that every lead has a little mark beside it. This is ledger past 15 days. And there's also a section here for bounce emails, and that's very important. We've had a number of agents ask us to please handle emails better if they're coming in. So you can now tell if an email is verified or not, and you can actually mark an email if you wish to be not verified. And we have a new system built in now that will also do that. So if we find an email address is not valid, it will go back and mark it invalid. If an email address bounces or has been marked as spam, please note that we will invalidate that email. As you know, every lead has a profile with their account. So you can edit that information if you wish here, or you can, if they have an account, if it is a lead with an account, you can click here and edit their account. Okay. Lead assignment is still the same, as well as groups. If you wish to edit any of this information here, simply click edit here, and it'll pull up a window, and you can edit that information. If you wish to add your own leads in, you can still click new account here. It will pull up a section here, and you can fill that information out, and you can, of course, it'll have account type lead. If you wish to create an administrator, you just change that administrator or agent. Okay? That's pretty much all there is for leads. Agent section, we've added an agent section to this new version now. Agent section here. Agent profiles, you can create a new profile. Agents have accounts, you can create new accounts. And then you can also groups, profile groups for agents. That pretty much means offices. If you want to have multiple offices, you can actually create multiple offices and move agents around. If you're looking at agent profiles here, you'll see a little bit different interface because now it will actually show if the agents what group they're in. You can select the group, the different groups, and it'll show them. So it's easier to see who's with what group, as you can see. And also, there's a lot more icons with this particular page. You'll see the number of leads for that agent. You'll be able to edit easily and view the agent's accounts and things like that. You can also tell now if the agent is in the lead lottery, if they have an account or not, if that account is active or not, and the last time they logged in. So there's a lot of good information here. The content section is now where the file manager is, in case you're wondering. There's also the pages and the menu builder and the form management, as well as the main contact form settings and redirects. The form management, we have made a lot of changes to that to make it easier to use. It now will tell you if it's being used on any pages. Here, as you can see, used in one page. And this is the page, and there's a link directly to the page this particular form is being used on. If you wish to edit it now, there's only one edit button. And that edit button will take you to a place where you can actually edit the form itself or the fields within the form here and here. And we've made it a lot easier to use this section too. Now the field sets and stuff are one item, so you don't have to find and matching end tags and all that. It'll generate them for you. You can also turn off and on the first name, last name if you wish with the new system, and preview it, of course. All right. Also let you know the file manager has had a lot of changes as well with this editor and things like that. I definitely welcome you to explore that if need be. We'll jump down to design section. Design section now only has design elements. If you're wishing to mess with the templates, the email templates now been moved under preferences. There's also now canned emails. Everyone can have canned emails, so you can set those up. Those are really handy if you're looking at a lead and you have a canned email, because we now have enhanced our email to leads system. This is much more robust. Just to give you an example of that, let's say you're looking at a lead. You can simply click send email on that lead like you could before. But now you can actually fill out a nice little thing. And if you have any canned emails, you can select those as well from here, if you do. Otherwise, you can just put in some information text. And if you want to insert listings now, you can put a common linear list right here, and it will insert the listings. And if you want to preview it, you can preview it before you send it. So it's a lot easier now to send listings to a client, especially if they want like some comps. You can create a comp template and then paste them in really quick. The real estate section has also been revised a good bit. Your subdivision module is now in there. Your search form configurations, enhanced listings, syndication, as well as your settings for site restrictions and other things like that. Your custom listings module settings are also in here. We've also had a new one called lenders. Lenders is really nice. What we've done is we've actually gone into the front end now of the site, and on the listing detail page you will now see an embedded mortgage calculator along with the map and everything else. And you'll see if you have lenders set up, the lender will also show right beside it. If you have more than one, it will randomly show them. There's an advanced tab here. We've redone this whole system. And also, if you have lenders on there, your request information form will have a checkbox, so they can also ask the lender for information if they wish. Okay, this is the first revision of this, so there might be other changes as well coming. But those emails going to the lender will include the site's information, so they'll know it came from your website. All agents that are using the agent portal, if you have the agent portal, those of you who are brokers who don't have it, I recommend you call us and find out more information about it, because it's a very handy tool. This will give you a list of who they are and what their personal agent URL is for the portal, which allows them to lock leads into them. As with the prior system, every agent has a profile for public viewing, and every agent has an account, so they can log into the section and only see their leads and manage their leads and their information and post blogs. We also have your site-wide settings. Before they were called preferences settings, now it's called preferences site-wide settings, because that's what these are. They're for the site-wide settings of this full website. You still have your company information. We've added a few things under email. You now have SMS settings, so you can put a global number in here, and of course every agent can also put their number in, their cell phone number to be text. So now leads coming into the site will not only come from email, they'll also come from an SMS text message. Also, we've added incoming email subjects. All right, this is allowing you to modify the subject line of all incoming emails. And of course, you can put little snippets in those to put placeholders and customize them yourself, in case you want to use filtering for Google email and things like that, or if you just want to customize it so it's easier for you to look at a glance. Email signature. Everyone has email signatures, including agents. Under social logins, you will notice that we no longer support Microsoft Live. So we put that out in our email, just to let you know, once again, we no longer support that. Okay. Now, if you wish to use the help that we have here, please note that is sometimes outdated. And if it is outdated, we are sorry for that. We would prefer letting us set this up. We can do it much faster, much more optimized. But if you wish to do it yourself, you're welcome to follow these. But please understand that they do change these all the time. And if they're not accurate, I apologize. And the final section right here under administration, you can now manage all administration accounts and simply view them, see which ones are active, and of course you can add new ones. And you'll also notice now that we have leads, agents, and administrators. We no longer have brokers. I know that was getting a little confusing for everyone. We now have administrators, so that's full site. Now the front of the site has a few changes, more coming of course, but some of the larger ones are you now will see your search criteria on the summary pages, and you can modify that search criteria. And there's also a call to action button to save every summary page's search criteria right away. Okay. You also see the highlights for those using PCs. It will highlight them. And of course, a quick way to add that as a favorite. Okay. Something else we've done is we made sure all the validation is working properly, and if you modify your search, it will take you to the proper tab wherever you might have been or came from and populate the proper fields. Also on the front end profile section, if they are registered / have a lead with an account, it will now show a little bit more information, a little easier to read. If they have an assigned agent, it will actually show their assigned agent set in here as well. If they are an agent's account logged in this way, it will have a link here that takes them directly to the agent's dashboard. And you can see that's changed up a little bit as well. But they can still see a lot of the information, and they can fetch data as well for all their leads that are coming in. I think that's all we're going to do for this quick video. We are going to be working on adding new features and updating our search in the next version.